in that system, whatever system that we choose, we have to we just have to stick with it, and we can't be distracted by, other things that are going on, in the group, because we have several different methods that will pay out, but you have to find one that works for you as a trader and one that you can live with as a trader, and you just have to roll with it, right? A lot of weeks I'm not going to make what Will Ross makes because I don't trade, the US 30 on the open, or the German, the DAX on the open, so whenever they post say $5,000 or whatever that they made that day, or they 3,500 they made that day, I can't look at my MT4, MT5 and be like, dang, I made 1,200 today. I'm a switch and do what they do. No, it doesn't work like that. I have to maximize my system and maximize the trades that I take within my system, and trust that at the end of the week, my number will be comfortable for me, and then I just wash, rinse, and repeat. Some days I make a lot of money, other days I make a little money, but most days that I'm trading, I make money. So once we all get there, collectively, or actually individually, collectively, we'll start coming to the meeting, and everybody will have good weeks. Your good week might be $10,000 this week, and my good week might be $3,500, but we both made money. And, if we're honest, the job that we left or the job that we're working has never paid you $10,000 or $3,500 that week. So that's the perspective that I had to live in, especially when I first quit. I wasn't even trying to make as much as I was making at my job. I just needed to make, half of what I made at my job in a month, right? So what you guys should probably be doing is breaking it down, to maybe a weekly, or, even daily if you need to, what you're going to make. And then have a hard cutoff, man. Like, y'all know last year, 10% was it. If I happen to look at my phone and I'm up 12%, that's cool. Cut it off, close the trade out, that's it. Because if you can't turn the spigot off, then you're never, doesn't matter how much you make, you'll never be satisfied, and it'll never be enough. And then you'll trade until you lose. So I would just suggest that you write some hard rules down. Your trading plan should encompass whatever system that you're trading. You should write those rules down, and you got to live by those rules. And if those rules are, if I lose 2 trades in a row, I'm trading next week, then that's what you do. Get you a demo, trade the rest of the week in that demo. Don't trade in your real account. And then you'll start seeing, real money from your trading. But, I don't want to be on a soapbox. I just wanted to put that out there. I think it's great that more and more people in this group are finding some success. But with that success is going to come some challenges, because, what happens is other people see you having success, and then everybody kind of wants to try what you're doing. And while it works for you as an individual, it might not work for the group or for other people in the group, because their discipline and their trading methods are not what your discipline and your trading methods are. All right, so who took some trades, or who wants to go over some trades from this past week? All right, now guys, in order for
sorry, I need like 5 minutes to get on my computer, so I'll do mine.
Okay, cool. And for the rest of the folks, this just isn't going to work if you're not willing to share. And it's hard to get better if you're just doing the same thing and getting bludgeoned the same way every week. The only way that this improves, the only way that you improve is to understand what went wrong. And, maybe you do understand what went wrong. But if you don't understand what went wrong and you're just out there getting murdered in these market streets, this is the opportunity to see what went wrong. I don't know if you guys back test on your own or how much time you spend with that, but in my personal experience, all the light was shined on my trading when it came to the back test. Once you put that trade in reverse and you see how the market played out, then there's a lot better and definitely a lot deeper understanding of what you should have done versus the things that you did do. Anybody else want to go over trades? Only one person. Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Let's see. We can look at looking at this. Oh, well, maybe we can talk about change in direction when pairs have a change in direction.
Okay. As far as what pair are you talking about?
We can look at UCAD. That's a good example. Yeah.
You can. So what I think a lot of times we're too dialed in, like to whatever time zone. So here's what I mean by that. A lot of times, whenever somebody puts an analysis out, the chart is always on the 4-hour. And there's no attention paid to what the daily is saying or what the weekly is saying or what we've discussed already going into the week. So here's basically what I mean. Going into this past week, what did we say about the dollar? Does anybody remember?
It was buying up.
We said it was going to buy. So I think those have to be our underlying current, right? Like, any trade that we take going into the week, if I'm trading USD CAD, I have to understand that my bias for the US dollar is to buy. So when I open this daily up, right? You have Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, Monday. So any day this week I would have gotten this trade, I would have won if I was buying, considering, where I would have got in at. But maybe Monday night going into Tuesday, you went into the drawdown. So if we understand what our bias is, right? Then this portion right here of the trade, we should have been thinking, okay, price is pulling back for whatever reason. But you can't see it on the 4-hour. You need to go to a higher time frame, right? You have to go to a higher time frame to understand where you are in the trade setup. So if you understood you were here, maybe you were just pulling back, then you could have threw a fib and fib from the bottom to the top. You would have got your pullback. Then you would understand your entry from a higher time frame perspective. Now we can go into detail. Do you have an entry? Do you have an entry for UCAT?
Did I or do?
Yeah, did you lose a UCAT trade?
Yeah.
What was your entry?
Let me see what my entry was. Hold on, let me look back at my
Were you buying or selling?
selling. It was for a sell.
Okay.
It was around 33.75. I believe 33.75.
Somewhere in here.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
And I'm assuming it was on this Tuesday.
Probably so. On a Tuesday, yeah. Probably
Okay.
on a Tuesday.
So if I would have taken this fib from here to here, let me see this first pullback first. Okay. Price went from here, it pulled back to here. So I personally probably would have fibbed the second pullback individually. I would have fibbed from here to here, and I would have expected a pullback. And this pullback came to the 78.6, which is a perfect entry for the up move. Now, because I'm biased for a bullish dollar this week, even if I get into this trade here, I have to understand where we are, as far as price, right? Where we are. Price is pulling back. I mean, you got into this trade at the 68, which is kind of very, very high risk in my opinion anyway to sell it. But you can't expect it to sell further than the 78.6. You know what I'm saying? What time frame did you get your analysis off of?
The daily
The daily.
and the weekly. The daily and the weekly.
So, okay. So the daily, based off your pullback strategy, right? Because you had your two candles and then you could.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So, all right. That's cool. But let's the weekly. So you thought the weekly was going to keep selling?
Yes, it could. The weekly was showing me sell. So
I want you to show me how. This is what we had last week. This is showing you sales?
yes, unless I'm looking at it wrong.
Well, I mean, how?
Are you saying the weekly closed above the previous?
Well,
Like didn't close. It didn't close
break.
above.
It didn't break either of these lows, in my opinion, right? So, if the way I would do this, I would fib this move right here, right? Then I would have put a fib here, but this already broke the high going back up. It didn't break this high, which tells me that this is just a complex pullback, right? So if I fibbed from this wick down here, we'll just do it. If I fib from this wick to here, we got a complex pullback to the 78. Now I think price is going to push down to the negative 27. But we've had a week of selling. So you have to expect the pullback, right? You would expect the pullback first. Is that correct?
Yeah, you expect to pull back first to create a wick.
Okay. Now that's USD CAD. If you're trading $1, you have to look at what? The Dixie, right?
Okay, yeah.
But I'm asking, in my opinion, this should be
Yeah, it shows it only shows intervals of the day, week, and month.
Okay, but on this weekly, let's look at what happened. What happened on the weekly?
It looks bearish to me.
Well, it is. Boom, 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 right? We broke this low. What do you expect?
I expect it to continue selling.
You don't expect a pullback? You just break the low and keep going?
No, it looked like it pulled back already. Is that what you're saying? Like, I expect a pullback. Of
Yeah,
course, but
this
oh,
pulled back, but I'm talking about at the start of the week.
oh yeah, you expect a pullback.
Okay, let's look at the daily. This is what we got from the daily.
Higher high. Right here.
You mean this high right here? It's not a higher.
No, the other one, the latest one.
This one?
Yeah, this flag created, this little flag thing. So it's just closed above previous.
Right, but in
Previous.
my opinion, this was the low right here. Price came up, it didn't break this low. Right? It didn't break this low. If it didn't break this low, what do you expect the price to do? Retrace, right? These aren't trick questions, guys. I'm just, I'm trying to get y'all's thought process on what you expect the market to do. Like, how do you expect to see the market move?
And I was going to say, even on the UK, was it UK? I think she was asking that.
Yeah, you can.
Even in that weekly, it was within a weekly bullish order block
I agree.
also.
I agree. But here's what I want everybody to.
I didn't see that. A weekly bullish order block for UCAD.
Mm-hmm.
But listen, the market,
Now it
your
is, but
strategy,
before last week.
your strategy is impulse, correction, impulse, correct?
Yeah.
So it's the same. This is the same with the way this market moves. Impulse, correction, impulse. So if the dollar overall, if you look at it from a far out time frame like this daily, if you zoom the daily out, it's still bullish. Now it needs to go back up to fail to make a higher high and then drop. That's really the way I see it. But if you look at this on the weekly, you broke these highs. Only thing price did is come back and retest. So it's just not going to keep falling. It has to, on the way down, it has to have pullbacks, right? So if you take the move from here to here, we really need to pull back. We talked about this with UJ. We talked about UJ needing to buy up. We talked about the dollar making the double bottom here. We talked about UCAD. We talked about all of this last week. The bias was for it to buy up. Now we have to wait until we see it. But we talked about how price failed at this same level. It wicked out. Comes over here, it wicks out. It's rejecting this same level. So we thought price needed to pull back, which it did. If you look at this, if you look at what happened down here, price didn't break this low. It came down to the low. Right? Now it comes back. If it makes a higher high, then it's telling you price is going to scurry back up. So I just think that you can't ignore the price action on the chart. And if it's not blatant to you, then I think you can't take action on it. For instance, see how this price came down, didn't break this low, pushed back up. It came down again, didn't break it, pushed back up. Now it broke Now it broke, it retests, and it keeps going lower. It's the same that you're going to see. I mean, price action is king. And when you look at these charts, when we look at this UCAD trade, price did the same thing. It came down, it faked. It came down again, it couldn't break it. Now it shot back up. So it's not a bad thing, but if you take the reading, if you take a fib reading from right here, to right here, now you have an idea, hey man, this thing needs to come back at least to this zone, right? It can come back up to the 78. If it comes to the 78 right here, it basically closes this imbalance. So all of this area, in my opinion, would have been fair game, especially after this daily candle right here. We broke through the moving average. You get this little daily candle, which couldn't break back through here. This candle is all buy all day, and you have a target of this golden zone.
Yeah, the 100 was actually at the moving average. So I do see that after the bullish candle closed above the moving average, because the whole time is below. So, you know,
Right, but when
was watching market.
I get you, but when you got this first doji candle, did you throw this fib on here? Did you throw your fib on it?
The first doji. What did I do? I think it was probably the second one. Or wait, no, I didn't. No, not. I didn't throw a fib on after the first doji. No.
But so this is the thing. This was Friday's candle, and we had talked about in our meeting last week that we felt the dollar was bullish. So on Friday, when I did my analysis last week, it was throw the fib on here, and this was the possible zone that you target. So you could have hopped in this trade. If you traded the way I trade, this would be the area that you target for that retracement. So even though we don't trade the same style, right? The information is pertinent to both of our trades, right? Because if I'm biased for a bullish dollar, even if you don't see it, you should probably respect the fact that I see it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you put a trade idea out there, I don't ignore your trade idea. I don't trade like you trade, but I might look at it and say, well, man, I think differently. But because TT laid this example out here, I need to look at it in case the market does something weird and it goes against what I'm thinking. It's just information, you know what I'm saying? So this way, okay, if this trade goes against me, this is what he's looking at. So now I know if the trade stalls out right here at the 78, then I need to get in for the buy. And that's what I think is missing, so to speak. So whenever you start selling this, right, because you didn't have your fib on, or if you had your fib on this, and I think I would have fibbed it from this stuff. But once you started selling this, you just said, okay, if it stalls out right here, I need to switch and buy it, because now I know it's going, to the negative 27 at least.
I don't understand where you're putting your fib, because I don't see your zero. And
so let's go to a lower time frame so you can see it perfectly. All right.
I think you put it at the top of that green. Is that where you put it?
Right. So this move already, if I fib this move, to me, you already got a good pullback. But I'm going to do it just because we're here.
After the daily, fib the first candle.
Yeah, this move and the pullback, it pulled back to my zone, right? So the next impulse move, I want to fib that. This was the impulse move that you got in on right here, right? Now,
Right.
I'm doing this for the 4 hour because most of the time, this is where I see people doing their analysis. But just remember that I'm coming into the week believing that the dollar is buying. That's what I'm looking for. So if you're selling it, in my opinion, you're selling a retracement. So in order for me to sell the dollar for a retracement, I need to understand where the hell it's retracing to. And in my opinion, this is the low. I mean, it shouldn't break this low. This is where it's retracing to. So if you're selling this dollar, in my opinion, you need to be looking to get out at the 78. Price stalls out, it starts pushing the opposite direction. Now, if you had just looked at it, like my analysis is for a dollar to get bullish. If you had did this math, or if you had did this breakdown, then you could have still sold it with, because that's the way you're trading. But when the trade broke down, now you have the ability to see it from the bullish perspective as well. Does that make sense?
Okay, yeah. I'll start fibbing as the
Well,
daily retracements.
or
I can see
just-
both sides.
yeah, or you just see the analysis from two different sides. To me, that's the benefit of having multiple traders in a group, because we're not all going to see the market the same way. And that's the power of having a group like this, because whenever you do your analysis, boom, that's cool. I don't see it the way you see it, but because you put your analysis out there, now I'm able to see it, the way you see it. And if it goes against me, now I can look at your analysis and be like, yeah, it's that's what TT saw, right? So
No.
that's what I mean by I don't have to be right. I just have to make money. So your analysis can be correct, but in my analysis can be wrong, but I can take the trade your direction. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I just now I would need to know, or need to realize, if, because you said the trade is stalling, or the trade can stall in that area and still drop. So I guess, like,
Well, that's true. But so what time does this trade transpire? This is 9 in the morning, right? So, but if the trade pulls back to the 78, and this is the dead heat of New York, and you get this push up,
Mhm.
right? I
Well,
mean, where's your stop loss? Where was
at
your
the I think it was like the wick, that, like, probably like this
Mhm.
long green candle wick.
This one?
No,
This
hold
one?
on, wait. Oh, wait, we're talking about the sell.
Yeah, you were selling it.
Where was it? It was at the 34078 area. 3407 34.
Well, you were up here.
3407 area. So
Somewhere up here. Okay, maybe this wick. At this,
right, something around there. Yep, 347.
wow, so
347. Yeah.
you didn't get stopped out until London. But it was leaning all day. Like I don't think I could have traded. I don't think I could have stayed in that trade all day when it going against me. And because we had discussed the dollar being bullish, and I know you.
TT, can you? I'm sorry, Ty, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was just going to ask TT. Did you get in per your strategy, or
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah.
I'm trying to?
So even after that day, so
I'm
this is what the candle closed in the day. Like at the end of that day,
Mm-hmm.
this candle tells me that we're going to push up too. So I just don't, this is a hammer candle in the middle of an up move. So, yeah, there's no way I would have been able to hold it. Even if I take the fib off this daily on this particular look here, here's the zone. So yeah, because this zone takes it past your stop loss at 34.25. So even if you didn't believe it was bullish, you just believed it was going to the golden zone. I think that I would have reversed course or got out of.
Wait, say that one more time. You said this zone, the zone 50, the 50% area zone on your pullback from the first daily
From this impulse move.
retracement
This is
from
an
the
impulse move, right?
right.
It's like this is
And
an impulse move, correction, impulse move.
right.
So if I'm just looking at this from the daily, there's an impulse move, the correction takes it back to the golden zone, which is past your stop loss. And you could have looked at this at the end of the day. You're in drawdown at this point. But once this daily candle is printed and that dead period happens, you can pull your fib out and be like, man, this trade is not going to pan out because it's probably going to this zone. And you could have saved yourself these 30 pips or whatever to the zone. Does that make sense?
I'm a little bit confused about where.
Okay, so you're in your trade. Let's just pretend you're still in the trade that day, right? Because it didn't hit your stop loss until 1 in the morning, right?
Okay.
So you have the ability to look at your trades while like you're in drawdown. You were in drawdown at the end of the day, Tuesday, right?
Okay. Probably whatever day that was.
Yeah, that was Tuesday, because that's when you got in the trade. So when
Okay.
when the daily candle closed at 5 o'clock New York time Tuesday, you were in drawdown.
Okay, that's the end of the daily on Tuesday.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you could have just fibbed the impulse move, right?
Okay.
And then saw, if you would just threw this fib the same way I fibbed it and said, man, this thing has another 42 pips it can go before it touches the pullback, even if it's just going to pull back to the 50% and keep going. So I want to have the ability to save myself these 42 pips. Even if I have, let's say I'm going to keep this sale. I want to get a double lot size and buy these 42 pips so I don't, draw down all these. Does that make sense?
It makes sense. Only if you understand how to fib it backwards. Once you understand, if you didn't, because I haven't fibbed it backwards, it wouldn't have made sense. Now it makes
This to me, this is
understood.
not fibbing it backwards.
I mean, if you understand what I'm saying, is like fibbing it in the opposite direction of what the analysis of what my original analysis is. Then that would be like,
How
quote,
was
fibbing
okay?
it back.
I get it, but how did you come up with a sell analysis if you didn't fib it? This is the sell, right? We can clearly see impulse move, pullback.
I fibbed the retracement. I fibbed the retracement after the second daily candle.
I got it. But so that's cool on that lower time frame. I'm talking about this.
No,
this
on the
but on the daily you fibbed it after you fibbed it
right here. This is what I fibbed.
Yeah, I think she fibs the two green candles, the two pullback candles, the two daily bullish candles
okay,
from the
but
top to the, and that's why I asked, because I didn't see, I know for you, TT, and that's why I asked, did you do your strategy? Because I know you would have fibbed those last two green candles. And I didn't see where price had closed after the 618.
But this is also what I did. I didn't realize, I didn't see this before the double the double bottom right here, the W double bottom, that would have made this trade more risky, which it was. So I'm
Right,
still
but
learning.
so right. So this is I think the main thing. Impulse move, pull back. Impulse move, pull back. Impulse move. I would expect a pullback just based off of how the chart is set up right here. Now, I don't know how far it's going to pull back. I don't know if it's going to be a 78. So if I fib this right here, I guarantee you this is a shallow pullback, right? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
If I fibbed from here
So there,
to here, this pullback is only to the 38.
it hit the 38 and it dropped.
It dropped, right? So I like to stretch this pullback to here, right? Because we didn't get a pullback, I like to stretch the impulse move out. This pullback we need to come way back up here.
Hmm.
That's really what I truly believe that. I believe this double bottom is going to make us come way back up here. Now, everybody doesn't have to see it the same way. Let's just say somebody else
I
said,
do
okay,
see that. I see that. I see it. I do see that overall picture, on the daily. So that's about that could be another week,
yes. So, but let's just talk about if you didn't see it that way and you just did this impulse move and pull back. This
Yeah.
pull still brings you to this zone, which eventually got hit, right? So
Yeah.
what I'm saying is based on this impulse move and particular pullback, this pullback needs to come to this golden zone. So if you would have just looked at it, the way you understand the market needing to pull back, to me, this golden zone would have made sense to, hey man, I need to at least buy it or protect this trade or get out of the sale because it's coming another 42 pips.
Not only that, is after that, I'm realizing the imbalance as well.
Right.
And the MAs that if it's pulling back, so I need to add to this, this strategy. Another confluence needs to be to make sure the MAs are being covered and the imbalances before. Because yes, the retracements for the daily to minimum, yes, but like I'm learning here, it needs to also make sure that before I make any moves, see if it's going to fill this imbalance and touch the MAs. And then I would have realized that it closed above the daily MA, which makes it bullish now for a turnaround to confluence the double bottom on the daily here in the left side. We have that strong wick resistance, and then flip the sell to a buy to the next resistance. And buy it to the next resistance. Hello.
Yeah, I agree. I don't disagree with anything you just said. At the end of the day, it's all about the market structure, right? And overall, like big picture wise, when you zoom out on this, in my opinion, this was a complex pullback. We'll go deeper, but if I fib from here to here, that's where we are as far as this smaller pullback, right? I don't expect this smaller pullback to break these highs, right? But I expect, maybe just how this one tapped into this zone, maybe we'll come back and tap into this area. That's where I expect this to tap into, right? Maybe it goes a little higher, but
And that's also an imbalance, this
right.
whole area.
I agree. I agree. It's all imbalance. So whenever I start trading on the lower time frames, I always trade with the higher time frame bias in mind. So if I'm taking sales down low, in the back of my mind, I'm thinking that, hey man, I gotta be on point on a 4-hour sale, because the overall picture is for this thing to buy up to whatever level. So whatever you need to do as a trader to keep your higher time frame target in mind, I would use, that's why I use all these black lines and whatnot, because those markings are areas on the chart that I believe that price needs to hit, right? So once it happens, then I'm like, okay, price is in my area, right? Or I can take price to this area and I need to get the hell out. Whatever the case may be, however you need to do it, it's just going to take your trading to the next level. And this is why I encourage everybody to drop their charts or their analysis in the trade idea area, because I guarantee you, if you have 15 people, you're going to have 10 different analysis. Maybe 3 people's analysis will be, right on the money, but most of us are going to see different things because we trade different ways. And some of y'all trade on a lower time frame, and some of you guys trade, intraday, and then some of you guys trade swing. So it's very important, and it's only going to help your progress as a trader if you have other people's analysis available to you. Hopefully that makes sense. All right. Who else wanted to share?
Me, Isha. I have 3, if that's okay.
Yeah, share your screen now.
Yes. Okay, so can y'all see?
Yeah, I already know this.
Yes.
Huh?
I said, I already know this trade.
Okay, so I did my analysis. Let's see. I trade on the 1 hour, 15 minute. As far as well, to get in the charts.
Okay,
So where we're at.
but we talked about this trade going in last week too, right?
Well, I don't know what happened. I thought the meeting was over, so I didn't get that part of the trade. So I later on learned that all of y'all was buying and I was selling. So I didn't get that part of the meeting. So while I was out here by myself.
So listen, but that's cool.
Yes.
So analyze it first, like how you would normally analyze it.
Okay, so let's start here. I start with the week first. And for the week, I was like, we're bearish. Yeah, so I was like, we're bearish. All right, and then what else I do for the week? So yeah, bearish. Then I just see how many pips we've traveled, just so I could see if I have options of whether I'm gonna do a if I have chance to, what is this? Cancel. If I have a chance to do a retracement or not, just to give me options of what we looking like. Oh, 164. Okay, so I have written down, it was it traveled 164 pips for the week. I just went up to the month to see. So monthly was bearish for me. Usually looking at this, I would have tried to anticipate, and that's probably what I did. Where we're at as far as this could have been a pullback. So that's what I was looking at right here, the month and the week, even though we're bearish. So for both of my analysis, I put bearish for month and week. Then I went down to the day. I put bearish for the day. So that's what I did. So let me see. Yep. And this was, yeah, so I put bearish for the day. Now, this right here is the golden zone for the week for it to come back to, for it to, you know, bounce off of. I'm gonna drop down to this hour. And what else? Oh, hold on. And right here, I think this was an imbalance that it had to go to from last week or in one of these weeks. So I had that. I put alerts here. So these two alerts was if it comes up to any of these marks, then I would sell down for it. So that's what I have, the 56 pip stop loss. Let me get.
So when
this
did you get in
hour.
this trade? When did you get in the trade?
I got in the trade. I tried to get in on the trades. I think I'm just mixing strategies and I need to just pick one. But I got in the trade Sunday, and I tried to get in the trade Sunday.
So you were trying to sell it on Sunday?
Yep.
Bruh.
So
Can you go back to the daily?
yes. All right, let's do this. So
So, wait.
Friday, Saturday.
Wait.
Don't do it? Oh, okay, hold on.
What I want to ask is, so before you do anything,
Mhm.
where is Sunday? Sunday is that little red candle?
Sunday,
The daily order block? No, you're too far over.
I'm too far over. Tuesday, oh, yeah, Friday.
Right there. The bearish daily order block was Friday last week. So Sunday is that next little order block, right? Or the next little red candle. The first little red candle after the daily order block. You see it?
Yeah, okay, so, okay, say that again. So this is the day chart. So,
So Sunday is the next candle over. Put it under the next candle.
okay,
Okay, that's your Sunday candle. It says Monday, but it starts on Sunday.
right.
Okay. So this is, to me, this is what are your expectations after this daily order block?
For it to continue selling, or at least sell for that day, for it to sell on Sunday,
But
Monday.
first you got to go tap in, right?
Yeah.
Well, listen, and that might not be the way you see it, but this is the way you need to see it. When you get an order block, your expectations needs to be for price to push back to that order block.
Oh, up here.
Yeah. So here's all we're doing, right? The order block represents a breaking structure to the downside, right? You understand that?
Yes.
So after a break in the structure, what do you want to see? A retest.
Well.
A retest. Break, retest. Break,
Yeah.
retest. If that's not the way you're looking at it, that's the way you have it. This is the way you need to start looking at it. When you get a break in structure, the very next thing you want to see as a trader is a retest. If you don't get a retest, then it should throw you off as a trader. Because if you don't have a baseline to start, you're not going to be able to master the market. Whenever we get a break, we want to see a retest, because that's what allows us to have an advantage over the market. If the market just did anything, then we could never make money. The only way we can make money is we see the market repeat things over and over, and all we do is take advantage of that repeat. So if you go back to your weekly, you see where it says weekly GZ. No,
Yeah.
but just no, on the daily chart. Go on the daily. Go see under the D. Under the D for 1D. Like that weekly golden zone down there, right?
This right here.
Right there.
Yeah.
So if you see that price push down, the next green candle, it pushed right up to that green wick. You see it?
Yes.
So that was a break, and then you got that retest, right? You see the retest, that green candle?
Yes.
Then you get a break and it goes down again, right?
Mhm.
The next candle doesn't retest. That should throw you off. So it takes another 1, 2, 3 days. The third day it goes back and retests. You see that? Boom.
Yes.
There's your retest. Now, as a trader, you say, okay, I'm getting in for the sale. It retests. Then the price falls. Boom, right? And it doesn't retest that next day. And now it goes up to retest. You see that?
Yes.
All that's the poetry of trading, in my opinion. All I'm doing is buying that retest because I understand as a trader, hey man, the market has to go back and retest the area that it just broke, right?
Right.
That's what I'm taking advantage of. It's other people that say, hey man, I'm not going to touch that retest. I'm just going to, once it retests, I'm going to take advantage of the new sale.
Right.
That's cool. However you want to look at it. Now, whatever you're doing, whatever you are doing on that 1 hour chart needs to be in line with what's going on the higher time frame. So because and we know it's buying back up to retest, when you drop down to your 1 hour chart, you need to be looking for buys because you know it's buying back up to this retest, right?
Yeah.
So what I would do is mark my target from that on that daily. Okay, the target is this retest area. Now, when I drop down to the 1 hour, I know I can buy to this target.
Hmm.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. Let me put, okay. I don't know. Cause I mean, I did in my analysis have that. Let me put what I have. I just was locked in on the sell, even though I was waiting for it to come here to sell from here. Well, I didn't wait. I just said it has this much to go, 56 pips to go up, and that would have been my stop loss. But as soon as I saw it was selling already, I just went in for the sell. So I think again, me not being patient for my entries and my analysis just not really being fully developed. So that's what I'm seeing now.
Okay, so you look at the daily and you trade on the 1 hour. So you don't look at the 4 hour at all?
No, barely. Because I'm trying to get in the trade. I always try to get in the trade within the first hour.
Of
So
the
maybe
market.
I shouldn't try to rush. So I think I've just been rushing my trades then.
Yeah, I mean, it's so, to me, it would be hard for me to use that 1 hour chart and trade on the 1 hour chart after 1 hour of the market opening.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think you have any baseline of I mean, unless you can break your analysis down from the weekly down to the 15-minute and understand what the first move of the market is, then that's cool.
Okay, well, down to the 15 minutes. Let's see where I was at. 15 minutes. Because I do use a lot of ICT also. Let's see. Okay, let's go back. All right, where are we at? 13, 17. Okay. All right. Was this the 16th? Okay, so I think right here is where I was at. Around here. So two things that made me happy was this candle here. Was this double candle right here, and then it dropping here in this candle and making it imbalance. I didn't pay any attention to this doji, but it made the imbalance, and I was like, okay, so as long as it trades up into this imbalance up in this area and just keeps going down. So that's what I look for. And that's what I was hoping to continue. Once it got into this area right here and flattened out, and was flattening out, I just got out the trade. So I didn't lose any money. Just from trying, getting a little better at reading it and not losing my money and knowing when to just get out. So I was around here when it just was not going.
So I think that trade did exactly what you wanted it to do. It went from that imbalance and it went back to that low.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, it did. It's just I was on the wrong side of the trade of where I could be profitable and leave it alone. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I just think you just lack the higher time frame or the right higher time frame expectation, I think. Like I think
Okay.
the higher time frame, you should have expected to see price push up. And
Okay.
once you saw it push up, to me, that's where you'd have been able to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's what I do. I mean, once I saw I was wrong, like right now, if I see I'm wrong, I'm like, okay, I'm wrong. And I don't even bother try to go on the other side. I just,
Right,
get out now. Yeah.
Right, which is cool. I mean, because you're not going to win every trade anyway. So that's exactly what I would have done, if I was there too. I would have just got out. Now I'm a little bit different, or I can go either way, but
Yeah. So that's what happened with that one.
okay.
This one right here. So let's go back to the hour.
Oh my God.
Let's see.
That's
So
a
I
big,
mean, I usually start from the week, but I'll just do from the month. So for my month, I was like bearish for the month, and I'll try to be quick. Bearish for the week. And I was like, okay, so on the daily. So my whole analysis, it was bearish. So my ideas was that I had 50 points to go up to weekly zone and 40 points.
how did you get bearish though?
How?
What do you mean you're bearish? Why are you
It
bearish?
is bearish. Look at this. These are the last weeks. Oh, let me go back to the month.
Wait. I'm looking right here. I don't see bearish.
Oh, okay. Hold on. For my week. I see bearish.
But a higher low.
Oh, wait, I'm on the wrong one. Hold on. Okay, so my monthly was bearish, my weekly was bullish.
Let me see your monthly.
The month, okay.
Mhm. So that's bearish to you? I see
Yeah.
price. I see price came down and tapped into a bullish order block over there to the left. To the left. Go to the left. Down further. That
Here?
price came and tapped into that order block and bounced. That's what I see. Now, when it bounced, it didn't go lower than that order block right there. It price went up and tapped into that order block, and now I see it going higher. That's what it looks like to me.
Okay.
Like I see wicks at the bottom. You see those wicks at the bottom?
Mhm.
Then the price is rejecting the bottom and going higher.
Okay.
Now, this month is still, we got a week left. So
Yeah.
maybe we don't get a bullish order block by the end of the month. But I suspect that we probably will, because that blue shaded area that you have marked up,
This one?
that's where I think price needs to go there to tap into that bearish order block and start selling. Like, why do you have that area shaded?
Because that's where we need to fill in down price.
Wait. Don't leave the chart.
Oh, okay.
So you said that's where we need to fill in. So you
Yeah.
understand that price needs to go there,
Yes.
but you don't feel like price is going there?
No, I do. I bought for this one. It's just that I was thinking it was gonna hit the imbalance. So this is what I was doing. I was actually using USD Chef and USD JPY and using them to move in the same direction. So if I got out of one, I got out the other. So that's what happened with this one.
How big is your account?
Oh, I have two accounts. So my demo account is 100,000. And then the one that I was trying to pass is 10,000. So yeah,
I would.
I traded these two in my demo account.
Okay.
So that's what I did. So yeah, so that's what I wrote for this one. Let me go back to the week. Yep, so I was buying up for here. What else did I write? Yep, so buying up. Let me go down to the 1 hour. So these are my golden zones of where I'm thinking price is gonna come
Now, how
to.
did you get that golden zone at the bottom right there?
Here,
Yep.
this may have been the
Show me.
second one.
Show
Oh,
me.
let me put a note. Let me see what I wrote. Week golden zone.
Okay, show me.
How? Oh, okay, hold on. So there it is. Can you see it?
Yeah, I can see it. So now that you didn't get that, what do you have to do?
What do you mean I didn't get it?
Well, it didn't pull back to the zone. So I would just I would
I
just
wasn't looking for it to pull back.
well, why not?
I don't know.
I mean, why did you throw the fib there if you're not looking for it to pull back?
Because I want to see where we're at in price. So I want to see what we're closer to.
He said, I don't know.
Hold on.
Yeah, I wasn't coming. I had no plans on going there.
Listen, guys, wait.
Let me see.
Wait. Can you put the fib back on there, please?
Oh, okay. Hold on.
No, this is very important.
All right, hold on.
Well, so these are tools that we use to help us in trading. And
Todd, can I ask a quick question though, before
Yeah.
she goes on? What is she fibbing? Like where did she, I can't even talk. Why did she start a fib where she started it at?
because this is the bottom wick of that green candle.
Oh,
she
so she's,
fibbed the wick-
okay, I was
she
thinking
fibbed
she
the
was on
wick.
the bullish order
She
block.
fibbed the-
Okay,
From wick to wick on that green weekly candle, which I have no
Okay.
problem with.
I just couldn't see. Okay.
My
I'm
problem
sorry.
with this is, why are you fibbing this?
I always fib the candle to see
No, I didn't ask
if
if you always do it. I said why.
I do. Yes, I'm telling you why I do it, because I want to always see where it can retrace to, if price is going to retrace. So I always
But
look,
you
if
don't
if
ever
it's gonna come
expect-
back, it's gonna bounce off there.
But you don't expect it to come back?
Well, I expect it to come back, but I just, right now, I didn't think it was gonna come back. I think it was coming up here to this golden zone that I wrote right here, this other one.
Okay, so now it got there, it wicked out. What are you gonna do with this fib? To me, this fib reading is still very important.
Okay, well, let me go down to the hour and see what
No,
happened.
no, I don't want to go down to the hour because
No?
we can't drop down until we understand what we're looking at here.
Okay. And then let me see what I did here. I'm gonna fib this because I usually do that also. Oh, that's how I got the box up there.
I
So,
understand that box. I understand that box, which is perfect.
okay,
I do the same thing. So price went exactly where you thought it was going, to that box, right?
mhm.
Now, that's why it didn't retrace last week to your golden zone. You understand that?
Yes,
It went to that golden zone. Now it wicked out,
Okay.
which is telling you it's going to sell back. And so instead of getting you a new fib reading, just drag the
Uh-huh.
top of this fib to that wick.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Fib you already, yep. Just drag the top. There you go. To that wick.
Okay, so it moved it. Okay, so now this one needs to come up here.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, you still have, now you can start dropping down like to the 4 hour to the 15-minute to see what's in your zone. I would delete the top zone because mission accomplished for that retracement.
Right, but I didn't finish telling you what I did.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, I'll put this back. Hold on. I'll put it back on later. Where was it? Here? Close enough. All right, so let me move this on. Oh, we could go down to the 1 hour. All right, so here was I in the hour. Okay. Why are you so? But I'm still having issues working with my entry then. All right, so I saw these candles here. I got in here. And let me drop down to the 15 minutes. So I was like, when I did it, I did the I just figured we had 86 pips top to go up to. I got out down here somewhere.
Wait, before you drop down, can you fib that move right there?
From here
Any
to
size?
here or
Yeah, right, yep, right to the top wick of that candle.
okay.
Bring it
Yes,
down a little bit. Bring it down a little bit because you're above the wick.
I am. Oh, okay. There we
Okay.
go.
Now you see where the -27 is of that fib reading?
This one
Yes.
or this down here? This one?
Yeah, that's the -27. You see that?
Mm-hmm.
See on your fib it says -27.
Yes.
That should be your target if it pulls back. If you got your entry down there, you can target the -27. Now, what I always try to tell people, you entered down there, right? You say you
I
got
enter here.
okay.
Mhm.
Your target should be the -27. See how price goes right to your target?
Yes.
Now, it's okay to target the -27, but you also should look across to see what's over there. And maybe the 1 hour chart might be you might have to go up time frames because the 1 hour chart you might have a lot of data, but you
Okay, well, before we move here, I have a question. How would I have, so this would involve me just trusting my analysis and fibbing this before it even got here.
well, that too, but your analysis was for it to go up.
Yes,
You were bullish.
yes.
So absolutely, it's about trusting your analysis. Now, I understand you're in your zone, but this is the importance of not just creating that golden zone, but actually dropping down to see what's in your zone. So in your golden zone area, you would have marked up things of interest like order blocks or imbalances within that golden zone. And you do it from your golden zone all the way up to your 78.6 because price could have pushed up to the 78. Right?
Todd, can I add, like she just said, made a big statement for her, and I understand what she's saying about how you told her to fib to where price moved. So all those candles wasn't there, you know what I'm saying, when she got in. So if she fibbed that bullish order block, where would her -27 be then? Do you see what I'm saying? She fibbed after the fact, right? But all those candles wasn't there.
No, that's not true.
No,
That's
they
where she
weren't
got
there.
in. Yeah, they were not there.
But listen, guys, you're missing the point.
But I'm saying you can't fib that because that wasn't there when she got in.
Selena, that's not true. That's not true. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Do you see that wick of that green candle?
I see it, but it wasn't there when
No,
she got
it
in
is
this
there.
trade.
It's not, y'all listen to it. That candle right there. That candle. Go up to that candle.
Yes.
Now, every candle after that is not there, but that wick of that green candle is absolutely there.
Okay, well, maybe I misunderstood what she got in at, because I thought
No,
she got
I
in.
got in on Sunday. I get in all my trades on Sunday
That's
within
what I
the first
thought.
hour
Oh, so you
or
got
hour
in,
and a half.
okay, I thought you waited until it pulled back.
No,
Good.
no.
Okay, okay, okay.
No, so from here, I'm gonna come back to what you were saying. So from there, when I drop down to 15 minute because I always try to get in on my trades on Sunday. So,
Okay.
I mean, that's
So
probably
she
not a
needed
good
to
idea.
fill that bullish order block that was on the 1 hour.
So.
So you
oh,
got in off the 15-minute candle on Sunday.
yes, so when I saw this and this, so I always like, once it does this imbalance and it's kind of like that displacement move. So I'm
Then you wait for it.
assuming or trusting
But you're
that it's
supposed
gonna
to-
continue
well,
going up.
ICT says wait till it comes back to that displacement. To feel
Yeah,
it.
that's true. Yeah, he really does. See, I'm missing that part. That's why I'm looking at my
the
videos
gun.
over again.
But
Huh?
that's cool. I mean, it is what it is.
So I
The-
probably should have gotten back over here.
yes, and that's what I thought you did. I thought you got in right there.
Uh-uh.
Okay.
No,
Yeah. So,
sure did.
so it's not going to be possible for you to see it until it wicks out, right? Like
Uh-huh.
you can't put the fib until you get that green candle. That's what I thought you were doing. I thought you got in on that when it dropped back and picked you up in that imbalance.
Mm-mm. No, because when I write my notes and I'm like, okay, so I have how much pips to go up, I don't want to miss the move. So even though it's only 86 pips, I don't want to miss 86 pips. So I always try to
then
catch it.
then go to the weekly of UJ.
Okay.
In my opinion, I just think we get lucky because
I did, really? But I do that almost every week,
listen,
but I ain't saying I'm really, but
well, here's why I say we get lucky.
yeah,
You look at this order block.
let me
I
remove
wanna see
this
the
thing
sell.
here.
I want to see the sell first. You just get in for the buy, and I don't want to just get in for the buy. I want to see the sell first. Does that make sense?
Okay, so
So
last week, this is all I saw.
I get it, but the
Right.
first move I want to see is it sell. I don't want to see it go up first. I want to see it sell first. I'm expecting it to sell first.
Okay, so you wanted to see it come down in here some before
Yes.
it goes.
Before it goes up. Now, I didn't pick UJ last week for this very reason because you're so close to your golden zone, right? For the buy, it could go
Yeah.
either way. I said the same thing about the rest of those JPY. I'm like, man, they can go up 100 pips.
Yes.
They're no man's land. We talked about a couple of them, like Chef JPY, but they were all in the middle. So I didn't suggest that we even trade those for this very reason. But just for everybody's edification, whenever I see a order block, I want to see a retest first. Then I want to see it buy up. This is why the same thing that we talked about on that NZD CAD trade. I want to see a retest. It broke structure to the upside. I want to see a retest. If it doesn't retest, I don't even want to trade it because I don't have the advantage at this point. The market is just doing whatever. So it's not going to do any good for me to hop in this trade, to get killed. What I want to see is it come back and tap in because now I have all of the advantage. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So in this particular trade, my golden zone is the same place yours is. My golden zone for the pullback was the same place yours was. So I knew it could go either way. But there were a lot easier trades to take, in my opinion, that the market had to do what we thought it was going to do. But anyway, go ahead.
All right. So I only my analysis only took me up to the 86. It got close to there and I just got out when it started retracing back because
Well, I think that was a very difficult trade, but I mean, you made it work. So kudos to you.
so I did that. And what I was doing with basing this one off of is, and I got in again. So I would have missed this trade. I was just testing, but I just put these marks here just to see if I would have made the trade. And so I was looking for it to come down. It came down just a little bit, of course, went out, but I'm glad I didn't take that trade, but I was just looking. Oh, and that what would have made me take the trade was here, this right here. And of course, again, I guess I need to be, I don't wait for it to pull back into the zone to take the trade. So
That's exactly what it did. It pulled right back to that imbalance. And
yeah,
if you notice that it broke structure going down, right?
here.
That last down move, if you squeeze the chart in a little bit, it broke all that structure over there.
Yeah. It did.
So then it pulled right back to your imbalance. So you should be confident that it's going to keep pushing down.
Okay.
And
Okay.
of course, we know it's pushing down to that new golden zone that we drew up, right?
Let me see, where's my week? Oh, I guess I get rid of these now. Oh, this is busy. Okay. So from this low to this new high.
Not that low. We
Well,
no, the weekly order. Like go up to that green candle.
this
That
one,
Yeah, yeah.
that one. Okay. This one. Why are you not moving? Okay. All right, I think it's here. Okay, so you, Chef, I just got out because I was like, it's not going up that high. Let's see. 1 hour. Where was I? I basically did the same thing for this one. This was my stop loss of what I thought it was going to be, but I guess I just keep doing the same thing. We don't have to go over this one because I just keep doing the same thing, getting in a little too early.
Yep, a little bit early.
Yep. Okay. I'm done then.
Awesome. Hopefully everybody got something out of the analysis portion. You know, if I mean everybody should be doing their own and marking their own charts, because once the trading week starts, you're not going to remember like the nuances and whatever we discussed on the call. Maybe if you were the one that was actually having the conversation or using your charts, you'll remember, but most of the rest of us won't remember. And then we get in the trade and it goes south, and we get flustered and we lose money. So I just want to encourage everybody to mark your charts up, and if nothing else, if you don't want to share during this session, just drop them in the trade idea. It's not going to hurt you. Somebody might say, I don't agree, or I got something different, which is cool. That's the benefit, of the group. So, thank you guys for sharing. Hopefully everybody took a little bit out of that. I'm going to go ahead and end the meeting here.
Thank you.
We'll get into the analysis.